Greetings, salutations, ladies and gentlemen. This is TNT Film Review. Thank you for joining us on our second installment. I'm Tony Torres. This is my co-host, Tony Gonzalez. Let's get into it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second episode of TNT Film Review.
Thank you guys so much for showing us so much love and support. Completely blew our expectations out of the water. Couldn't ask for more.
Yes, everybody, you are awesome. And, the love you're showing us, we will definitely give it back to you, giving you quality reviews. And as the show progresses and you guys continue to stay with us, always going to show you guys love. Now, that being said, on our second episode of TNT Film Review, we will be going over the movie A Quiet Place, which is John Krasinski's directorial debut.
Yeah, so going from Jim Halpert, the lovable, funny guy in The Office, to the man's man, the head of the Abbott household.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you talk about man's man, that beard he has.
He's a lumberjack in this one.
Yeah, it deserves an award on its own.
Yeah.
And that physique he has gained since the movie 13 Hours. I mean, John Krasinski is definitely becoming Hollywood's go-to lead man.
Oh, quite the glow-up, if I say so myself.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the guy can act, and now we see that he can direct a movie, and what a home run of a movie it is. Please stick with us as we go ahead and divulge the movie that is A Quiet Place. Now, in A Quiet Place, we find a family that is struggling through silence, through their everyday life and routine, because there are creatures out there that kill by sound alone, not by any other senses, and that's what makes this horror film very unique.
Right. This film really puts the saying that silence is louder than most noises to the test. As an audience member, it's excruciating with the intensity. You're completely concentrated on every minute detail that plays a key role into the plot later within the film and in the film right in that moment.
Yeah, definitely. The climaxes of this film are unparalleled. You haven't seen a film that completely engaged you with just small actions that the characters provide or even perform, and you care so much about what's going on. And the fact that the theater is completely silent, that really is what makes you leap out and definitely you give more attention than normal films. And for me, that is what makes this movie very, very special. Now, I'm not typically into horror films at all, and it takes a lot for me to pay good money to sit in the theater to pay to get scared. But after seeing the first trailer for this film, I knew that it was going to be a home run, and the fact that John was making his directorial debut, it really, really, really sold me on the fact that, this is one that we're going to have to review.
Absolutely. So getting into some of the things we enjoyed about the film, really enjoyed the acting. From John Krasinski to Emily Blunt to the children, everyone did a phenomenal job, especially when there's a lack of dialogue and you really have to hone in on these very minute details and close attention to the actions and the progression of the plot. Furthermore, I really enjoyed the very specific camera angles they chose. Kind of reminded me of a Breaking Bad, where it's very close attention to detail, it's very selective with what they do, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, with the cinematography being very, very, very high point of the film, the score for me is definitely what did it, because sometimes in a movie like that, they're going to try to drown it out with all the music because they're trying to make up for, the fact that there wasn't much dialogue in the film. Not that we're giving anything away. I mean, the movie's called A Quiet Place for a reason, but, it was done well. John Krasinski did a fantastic job of knowing where to put music at certain times to make the scenes pop out.
Yeah.
And, you're not going to see a movie like that where it's just, you have to be very artistic with the takeaway of, the dialogue versus, what you get in your normal movie, where it just seems like, it's going to either be done too much or not even enough. Yeah. But the film complemented itself very well on that.
Furthermore, I really enjoyed the progression of the movie and how it was super original. And I've never seen something like this myself. Granted, it took certain elements from certain movies in the past that were completely original, but I thought it did a terrific job of being its own.
Yeah, definitely.
Stood on its own 2 feet.
Yeah, and the fact is, too, a lot of movies are too long sometimes. This movie is an hour and a half, and it's an hour and a half. You get bang for your buck. You really do. You are going to enjoy this movie because of just how well it is. It's not boring. It doesn't drag. It gives you a lot of, emotional development for the characters, which is really, really the glue that holds this film together. Because you think a horror film is just going to be about the creatures, or it's going to be about, you know, how scared the audience is going to get. No, this film is really about the family and how they have to deal with, you know, the problems of the threat that is out there. It's really about that, and that is what really makes this film head and shoulders above anything in that horror genre.
Getting into the butcher shop, I don't have a lot of gripes, but I do have one. I felt that there was a lack of backstory for the main antagonist. As an audience member, it would have been nice to know where this creature came from and what it's about, because it essentially is just thrown into the plot and we don't know where it came from or anything about it.
Yeah, definitely. A little backstory would have definitely been nice. As he pointed out, unnecessary. Now, for me, I would have to say the falling point would be that there are certain scenes in the film that are reminiscent of another film that kind of seems to draw its inspiration from. So it's not nothing you've never seen before.
Yeah.
I'll let the audience decide, you guys, what you know where I'm going with this, if you agree with me.
It definitely draws elements from prior films within that genre, so for that reason, it is a point deduction.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, there was very few flaws out of this film, if any.
Exactly. Alright, so after dissecting the film, saying what we liked, what we didn't like, we're going to go ahead and get into our scores. For myself personally, loved the film, had one gripe with it, so it's going to be a 9.5 for myself.
I agree with my co-host. I will also give it a 9.5. It is a damn near perfect movie, and I wish I could just shake John's hand and be like, buddy, you just made a masterpiece right there.
Jim Halpert, you've come quite a ways. For our TNT film review rating, we are both going to have to give it a 9.5.
Well, that's going to be it for us on the second episode of TNT Film Review. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Big shout out again to Art by Franky for allowing us to film in his studio and providing the beautiful art that you see.
Go ahead and follow us at
The Tony Renee.
at pox.tony, and also my gorgeous mother. Her username is going to be right here. Also, an incredible shout out to our spectacular cameraman, my little brother, Jayden Cardona. Going to leave a link in the description to his YouTube channel. Show him some love.
And we'll see you next time.